If you've ever scrolled past those blurry videos with glowing dots zipping across the sky and fading into nothing, you've probably smirked and thought, great, another UFO. But then one day the Pentagon confirmed it. Those clips were real, not fakes, not CGI, actual footage captured by US Navy pilots. And here's the part that keeps scientists up at night. Even after being analyzed by dozens of research labs, nobody can explain how these things move. No wings, no heat signature, no propulsion, no radar reflection. Yet they fly like gravity is just a suggestion. Those few seconds of video force the scientific community to ask the question everyone's afraid of. If it's not aliens, then what's it? Then what is it? Today, we're diving into the officially declassified UFO videos, and why, even now, they still haunt modern science. Let's jump right in. Number 6. Flyer 1, the object that vanished from radar. 2004, off the coast of San Diego. 2 FA-18 Super Hornet pilots were ordered to intercept an unidentified target detected by a Navy cruiser's radar. Commander David Fravor was the first to see it. A smooth, white, capsule-shaped object about 40 feet long. No wings, no windows, no exhaust. As Fravor approached, the object suddenly dropped from 24,000 feet to sea level in less than a second. No explosion, no sonic boom, no heat. It just disappeared. The jet's infrared camera caught the entire encounter. When the footage was analyzed by the Department of Defense, NASA, and several independent research groups, every single one came back with the same result. Nothing on Earth moves like that. And here's the truly chilling part. Moments later, radar picked it up again, over 60 miles away, exactly where the pilots were scheduled to train the next day, as if someone already knew their flight plan. Scientists now call it the Flyer 1 footage, and 20 years later, there's still no accepted explanation. One physicist summed it up best. If that thing isn't from Earth, I can only hope it came in peace. Number 5. GIMBAL, the object that turned against the wind. Fast forward to 2015, off the coast of Florida. A US Navy fighter squadron training over the Atlantic spotted a dark disc-shaped object slowly rotating in mid-air. Radar showed it was flying against the wind at over 180 miles per hour. The pilot switched on the targeting camera. That footage became what's now known as the GIMBAL video, one of the most famous UFO clips ever released. In it, the object tilts, spins, then accelerates out of frame. You can actually hear the pilots shouting, "It's flying against the wind! Oh my God, look at that thing!" Atmospheric scientists, optical engineers, aerospace experts. Everyone took a crack at explaining it. None succeeded. No sign of lens flare, no drone, no known aircraft could reproduce the motion. Even NASA admitted, the rotation and speed cannot be achieved through any known aerodynamic system. Then things got weirder. Sensors detected a faint electromagnetic disturbance, the kind of low-frequency signal produced by extreme heat. Yet the infrared camera showed no heat at all. In other words, it was both hot and not hot. Researchers started calling it a mobile physics paradox. And even after full declassification, NASA's statement remained the same. We don't know what it is, but by all laws of physics, it shouldn't exist. Number 4. GOFAST, the bullet that skimmed the ocean. Same training mission, same stretch of sky off the Florida coast. But this time, another FA-18 Super Hornet captured what would become the third, and perhaps strangest, of the Pentagon's UFO videos. Researchers would later call it GOFAST. Why? Because that's exactly what it did. It went fast. On infrared camera, it appeared as a tiny dark speck gliding just above the ocean's surface. No wings, no engine, no heat, and yet, it was moving against the wind at over 600 miles per hour. You can hear the pilot's voice, a mix of shock and laughter, burst through the radio. "Oh my God, it's going against the wind! That thing's moving insane!" Pentagon analysts later used line-of-sight geometry to estimate its size, roughly 10 to 12 feet long, smaller than a compact car, yet still radiating zero thermal energy. If it were a drone, it would have melted. If it were a bird, it was one on steroids. The most chilling part? The jet's radar couldn't even lock on. Sensors could track the image, but not the object. As one physicist put it, it's flying as if the laws of aerodynamics were just suggestions. Even now, years after the Pentagon officially released the footage in 2020, no known physical model or flight technology explains how it moved. It remains the only verified video showing an object that breaks the limits of aerodynamics, without breaking the air itself. Number 3. The 2000 Pyramid video, floating triangles over the Pacific. If the previous clips were eerie, this one is downright unsettling. Unlike the infrared videos, this footage was shot using the US Navy's night vision lenses, and what it captured still baffles experts. In 2019, aboard the destroyer USS Russell, sailors noticed a glowing triangular object hovering over the Pacific night sky. At first, they thought it might be an aircraft, or maybe a star, until one object became three. 3 green triangles, perfectly aligned, drifting silently in formation. Their light pulsed like synchronized LEDs, but the motion was off, too smooth, too deliberate. The video was sent up the chain of command, and the official report stated, "Origin unknown, not identified as any US military system." When the clip leaked online, social media erupted. Some claimed it was a lens flare illusion caused by the shape of the camera's aperture, but optical physicists pushed back. If it were lens distortion, the entire frame would warp. Yet only the glowing triangles appeared distorted. Then came the real shock. The Pentagon confirmed the footage was authentic, unaltered, and recorded by multiple military sensors at once. What froze scientists wasn't just the shape, it was the light itself. Spectral analysis showed frequencies unlike any man-made illumination ever documented. Not LED, not plasma, not laser, and crucially, no thermal core. Whatever was glowing wasn't hot. One NASA researcher tried to make a joke about it. Well, if this is a UFO, at least they've got good design taste. Who makes their ships pyramid-shaped? But he never finished the sentence, because everyone in the room knew what's truly frightening isn't the light you see. It's what might be standing in the dark behind it. Number 2. USS Omaha, the object that dove into the ocean and vanished. If the previous videos could still be brushed off as lens flares or optical illusions, this one shattered every convenient excuse. July 2019. The USS Omaha, a US Navy combat ship, was patrolling off the coast of California when radar picked up something strange, an unidentified flying object moving at over 150 miles per hour, circling the ship within just a few miles. No radio signal, no radar reflection, no clear size or shape. Sailors switched to thermal cameras to get a better look, and what they captured was surreal. A faint glowing orb darting across the sky, then plunging straight into the ocean, without leaving a single splash. No explosion, no waves, no chemical reaction detected. The ship's sonar immediately scanned the area. Result: nothing. No debris, no signal, no trace of metal. It was as if the object had evaporated beneath the surface. One officer wrote in his report, "It moved like it knew we were watching." Later, the Department of Defense confirmed the video was 100% authentic. By 2021, the incident was officially added to the Pentagon's UAP task force, the government unit created to investigate unidentified aerial phenomena. Scientists have tried to explain it, but there's still no physical model that allows a solid object to transition seamlessly from air to water without resistance or splash. A NASA researcher summed it up perfectly. If that thing is human technology, we're living in a future no one's told us about yet. Number 1. The 2023 disclosure, when the secret stepped into the light. And then came the moment scientists feared most. In 2023, before the United States Congress, 3 former military officers raised their right hands and swore under oath. The US government is in possession of craft of non-human origin. One of them, David Grush, a former intelligence officer involved in the Pentagon's UFO program, declared, "We have recovered both craft and biological remains of non-human entities." The hearing room fell silent. A member of Congress asked, Do you have evidence? Grosh replied, yes, but I can only share it in a classified setting. Under US law, lying under oath before Congress is a federal crime. Yet, he said it anyway. And that alone forced the scientific community to face a deeply uncomfortable thought. Maybe humanity isn't the only species studying the universe. After the hearing, NASA and the Pentagon both issued statements denying the claims. But when reporters pressed them, has any non-human craft ever been recovered? The official answer was, we cannot comment on that matter. On paper, that sounds harmless. But in the world of UFOs, no comment often means something is happening, just not something they're ready to explain. And maybe what truly terrifies scientists isn't the footage we've seen, but the feeling that someone out there might be watching us, with technology that makes ours look primitive. Because while we're still arguing about whether UFOs exist, it's entirely possible that UFOs have been debating us for a very, very long time. Maybe the truth about UFOs was never out of sight, only beyond our understanding. Because if there's one thing that truly frightens us, it's not that someone might be coming, but that they've been here for a very, very long time. That's all for today, but trust me, there's more where this came from. Subscribe, and we'll keep uncovering what's still hiding in plain sight.